Good afternoon from the News Channel 13 Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Paul Cayano. We now have a tornado warning that's been issued for parts of the Mohawk Valley, and this is in effect until 6 o'clock tonight. I want to get you the specifics on this. Up until now, we've just been talking about severe thunderstorms with wind gusts, some torrential downpours, some lightning, but now we have a tornado warning for east central Montgomery County until 6 o'clock. And this particular storm is located near Canajoharie. You can see it on the radar right here. Let's go to max 1 because I want to show you the actual radar. There we go. And this one's moving to the east at 40 miles per hour. So it's coming right down the Mohawk Valley and right along the New York State Thruway. It's got plenty of rotation with it. We've been tracking this cell for the better part of the last half hour. It's looked curious from all the way back since 5 o'clock, and now we've actually got the warning. The storm will be near Fonda and Tribes Hill around 5:30, so that's in a couple of minutes. Heads up now, if you're in these locations, I want you to take some shelter. Fonda, Tribes Hill, and we're going to put a little bit of information on the screen because this is going to help you out a little bit. This is what you want to do if you're in Fonda or Tribes Hill. Go to the basement now, seek shelter in an interior room on the lowest floor and get low. If you have a helmet, even a bike helmet, put that on because this storm is bearing down on you right now in those locations, Fonda and Tribes Hill. At about 5:30, so coming up. Now, Fort Johnson at 5:35, so same thing. I mean, we're only talking about a matter of 6 or 7 minutes. So now's your time to get into your shelter at Fort Johnson because this particular cell is going to be moving right through your area, right along 5 and I-90 on the thruway, and it's heading right down toward Amsterdam at 5:40, so it's moving pretty quickly. And at Hageman around 5:45. So those locations are in the path of this rotating cell. It's indicated on radar that we have a rotating supercell or tornadic supercell perhaps that could be dangerous heading in your direction. And again, this is right along the New York State Thruway, west of Fonda, west of around Fultonville, but heading on in. So, well, we're going to take a look now at some of the stats with this. And the first thing we'll see is that we have a little bit of a couplet here. We're going to zoom right in. And this is the winds within this thunderstorm. And you can see just south of the thruway, you have the reds lining up with the green colors here. So that's an indication of some rotation within this particular cell. And we'll draw it for you on here. You can see how the little spin goes around in the counterclockwise formation. So just south of Mohawk, we talked about that, right around Canajoharie on the thruway, we have this severe storm that is capable of producing a tornado. We'll put a track box on here because I want to get everyone who is in the path even down the line some. It's moving at 40, so we're going to put that in, and we're going to draw a track on here for you. And you'll see that out toward Tribes Hill, way out toward Amsterdam, Oresville, Fort Johnson at 5:42, Yankee Hill School at 5:43. I'm going to zoom out some so we can perhaps get a better and wider look at this and see who's going to be impacted here. So we're going to go all the way out toward Glenville, right? So we talked about Amsterdam at about 5:40, 5:45, Hageman at 5:49, and Glenville at 5:55. So here's the shot. Let's take the CDPHP first warning cam full screen, and you can see that this is an ominous looking storm. Here's the camera on top of St. Mary's Hospital looking dead into that thunderstorm, and it is dark as night out there west of Amsterdam, and it's heading in. Notice the north wind at 20 to 25. That's outflow, which means we are starting to get some winds in association with the thunderstorm on the way. And we'll watch this approach the Amsterdam area within the next 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to stay on, by the way. If you're interested in golf, we understand that you've been watching, and we've been doing our best to not interrupt a lot of the golf. We put it on the bottom of the screen here so that you can follow along what's going on. But now that we have a tornado warning, this is a little bit more serious. It goes up in elevation in terms of how serious of a type of storm this is. So we're going to stick with this until we think that there's an all clear to be had. So for now, You can see the tornado warning. We'll reset, and we'll talk about exactly where the warning is. It's right over Canajoharie, and some of the locations that are in the path: Amsterdam, Glen, Hageman, Mohawk. Again, once more, Fort Johnson, 535. So that's about 3 minutes away. Heads up in those locations. Also, Amsterdam at 540. So that's coming up between 5 and 10 minutes. And out toward Hageman at 545. We'll put another locator box on this particular storm. First of all, here's the radar. And we'll include some lightning. And you can see there's plenty of lightning to go along with this. And this storm is moving to the east at 40. So here are some of the places. If you're down the line a bit, let's say in Glenville, you have a little bit more time. So if you know somebody in the Glenville area, Scotia, out in western Schenectady County, easternmost Montgomery County, tell them to get indoors now. If you're in a mobile home, you probably want to seek shelter in a sturdier building that's nearby. You have enough time because we're talking about 10, 20, 30 minutes in those locations. Prepare to go to your safe spot. That's Glenville and West Hill. If you're a little bit closer, we talked about the Amsterdam area, Fort Johnson. Then you have to get down to the basement immediately. It's on your doorstep here. So get low with a helmet if possible. So we try to give you these indicators of what to do if the storm is bearing down on you in the next 10 minutes, or if it's a little bit down the line, let's say 15 or 20 minutes, you still have a little bit of time to maybe call some friends and family and have them take shelter or find a sturdier building. So that's what we wanted to remind you of here in this particular instance. All right, let's see what else we have here. We're going to take a look at the velocity again because it's been moving. I'll tell you something. This is going right down the thruway. If you're getting on the New York State Thruway in Schenectady, or worse yet, Amsterdam, and you're heading westbound, all right, let's take that shot again because this is what's going to be out ahead of you. Boy, is it looking nasty right now in Amsterdam. Starting to get into some of that heavier rain. Things are getting obscured. So it's not going to be like in the movies where you see this cone coming at you. This storm is rotating. I guarantee you that from the radar. And that means it could produce a tornado. At this point, we don't have any confirmed reports of a tornado, but radar is indicating that there's enough spin in this particular cell that it could be producing a tornado out in central portions of Montgomery County. We'll continue to watch how this unfolds. But let's go back to the radar. And again, we'll put the live Doppler up here, and we'll also be tracking some possible storm reports if they were to come in. And we are looking at that cell now right along and south of 5S and the thruway. Again, it's becoming a little bit less, let's say, impressive on the radar, but the velocity still looks pretty impressive. And the track of this continues to move right along the thruway. So let's time it out again for some folks out to the east of this particular system. Let's say Amsterdam at 543, Scotch Church at 547, 553, Glenville. Nasty storm coming in. It's got rotation with it. We've been under a tornado watch in a large part of the capital region for the day today. We knew that the ingredients would come together for the potential for some rotating storms. So this is one of those storms. And we don't have any confirmed reports of tornadoes. I'm going to talk to Wanique and Reed in the back. Anything come in, please bring it out. And we want to bring the latest information to our viewers here. All right, so let's see. If this is valid, the tornado warning has just been allowed to expire because now I'm just seeing a severe thunderstorm warning here. So perhaps enough of the rotation has dissipated in this out by Tribes Hill that we're just seeing strong and severe winds and no signs of a tornado. We'll see. Can we get a report from the Weather Service, guys, perhaps as to if they dropped that warning because it's not showing up on the screen anymore? It is dropped. Okay, do we have a statement from the Weather Service? What the thought process was on that? If so, we'll take that out here. If not, we'll start to wrap things up. What do you have, Wanique?
Montgomery and Litchfield.
Okay, so Litchfield, no more. That was a different one. Montgomery is this one here. So again, no more tornado warning, just a severe thunderstorm warning, which is that step down, right? Still looking pretty nasty. Let's go out to the, again, out to the CDPHP first warning cam. A very strong thunderstorm coming in with gusty winds, some hail, and frequent lightning and torrential downpours. So let's see. The Weather Service is looking at the velocity, and it's become loose enough that they've decided to cancel the tornado warning. Still, large hail and damaging winds, and still there are other storms out there. And we're going to take a look at the wider view because we do have the potential for additional storms to impact the area. This one is the nastiest one in our area. It's heading for western Saratoga County around Galway, around the Great Sacandaga Lake, perhaps south of the lake, and on over into northern parts of Schenectady County in the next half hour. But this line itself extends all the way down toward Binghamton. So all of this still has to come through, and any of these storms could contain some rotation, like the one we just warned you about. So we had the tornado warning. It's been allowed to expire because of the degree of rotation has been reduced dramatically in the last 5 minutes or so. So we still want you to take cover in the locations we talked about. And we want you to be prepared for a strong thunderstorm with a lot of rain and wind coming through, but it appears the tornado threat has diminished in the last few minutes. So that's great news. We'll take a break and we'll continue to watch these storms as they unfold and ride across the area. Still a tornado watch in effect for a large part of the area, particularly the North Country, and a severe thunderstorm watch in effect for the southern parts of the greater capital district. So some heavy weather still to come through for a lot of folks, particularly the metro area, as we head toward the late afternoon and early evening hours. But for now, we'll send it back to Golf.